It's one of the most coveted awards in the world that honors and recognizes the success and achievements of non-resident Indians across the globe. The Times Now ICICI Bank NRI of the Year Awards, powered by Global Indian International School in its 4th season, salutes the spirit of non-resident Indians from the regions of Middle East, North America, Asia Pacific and the United Kingdom. This week, we discover the stories of individuals who have achieved academic success and growth through their perseverance, grit, determination and hard work, and have been recognized as the NRIs of the Year for academic excellence from their respective regions. Hello and welcome to the Times Now ICICI Bank NRI of the Year Awards 2017, powered by Global Indian International School. I'm now in conversation with the winner of the NRI of the Year Awards for excellence in academics in the UK, Reese Concesso. You're a child protege.
Thank you.
It's unbelievable how this incredible talent started to surface when you were just 5, and by the age of 11 you'd already won 2 scholarships. Tell me how this all started.
Well, it all started when I used to go with my mum to her lessons because there was no person to take care of me. So I had to go with her, and I would usually just sit and play with some stuff while she was having her lesson. But I started to hum the things that she was playing, and that was when her teacher decided to give me a couple of lessons. And then I realized that I really enjoyed playing the piano, and I just wanted to keep learning more and more. So when I was 11, I got accepted into the Purcell School, and that's where I got the scholarship for the Purcell School. And I also then went to the Royal Academy of Music, where I got the Sir Elton John Scholar, which is given to about 1 or 2 people who meet his expectations.
You decided to focus on musical education at a very tender age. At what point did you know that now I only want to study music? And were your parents supportive of that decision?
I'd probably say I truly knew when I went to a summer course at the Purcell School, because I was, I think, about 9 at that age, and I really had a lot of fun there, and I really enjoyed especially the concerts and performing and playing and meeting others. And that's when I decided I really wanted to be a concert pianist. And my parents were very supportive with the idea, and they've continued to help me up until today.
You're 14 now, and you've performed at some of the biggest musical arenas in the world, something that struggling musicians can only dream of. Were you ever scared?
No, I don't think I was ever scared of performing, really, because I really enjoyed performing. That was my favorite part of it. So I really enjoyed going there and expressing myself through the music, and I always hoped to communicate a message to the audience.
Like our favorite superhero says, with great power comes great responsibility, and by the age of 12, you were chosen as the music ambassador from the UK for Lang Lang International Music Foundation. How did you handle that responsibility?
So I went to Poland, which is where the Lang Lang Junior Music Camp was going on. There were 10 people selected, 1 from each country, and I was chosen to represent the UK. It was a very fascinating experience because everything was taken care of. So we were given the flight tickets, the hotel, and there was lots of food every day as well. And there were lots of master classes and performance opportunities that we got to do there. And I really enjoyed it, and I learnt a lot from that. And that's when I became the Junior Music Ambassador, which is where I was hoping that I would get to communicate with musicians and foundations which are similar so that I could inspire and promote Western classical music, especially in India, because I feel that there could be a lot of untouched talent here, and with the right opportunities and recognition, there could be more musicians from India.
So how was it performing at the concert?
So the concert was in the Theatre Polski, and there was a lot of preparation for it. So all the master classes were for that particular concert, where Maestro Lang Lang himself would be there. And we were then put up on the stage and waiting, and we got to play one piece to him. And then we had a master class with him on that piece, which was televised and broadcasted everywhere. And I played Liszt's La Campanella, and it was really fun because I think he's a really good teacher, and he's really good at showing how to do special things in the piece.
So Reese, you won the NRI of the Year award for excellence in academics in the UK. What are your thoughts on that, and what does the success mean to you?
Well, for starters, I'd like to thank Times Now, ICICI Bank, and the esteemed jury for giving me this prestigious award. It's a great honor for me to receive this award because my idol, Maestro Zubin Mehta, received an award 2 years ago at a similar ceremony, and it's always been my dream to perform under his baton. I feel it's very useful because it will really help me, because as a Lang Lang Junior Music Camp ambassador, I really want to promote and inspire Western classical music. So I'm hoping that this award will help me promote and inspire it in India.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Reese, and congratulations on winning this award.
Thank you for having me.
It's time for a short break. We'll see you on the other side. Hello and welcome to the Times Now ICICI Bank NRI of the Year Awards 2017, powered by Global Indian International School. I'm now in conversation with the joint winner of the NRI of the Year Award for Excellence in Academics in the Middle East region, Simran Vedvyas. Thank you, Simran, for talking to us.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
Simran, you're a star student, a social campaigner, and an environmentalist, all at the age of 18.
Yes.
Tell me, how did all this begin? Where did you start?
Well, I was actually 7 years old, and all of this began as a hobby. I was very fond of my grandfather's farm in India. That's where I learned a little bit about sustainability and growing sustainable food, homegrown food. And from there, it just went on and on, where I was doing recycling campaigns. My focus then shifted towards academic achievements. When I was 9 and 10, the first time I'd received the Sheikh Hamdan bin Rashid Al Maktoum Award for Distinguished Academic Performance. And from there, it was a constant process of building myself and building everyone else around me and just growing as I could.
You were born in Dubai and you were raised in Dubai, and then you have somehow successfully managed to connect the world with your humanitarian work. So tell us, how did you take up this big responsibility?
I've always believed in the power of having many people join you, and for the power of hearts and strengths uniting. I think that it's important that it's not just a one-person show, it's always a collective audience. I think that brings much more strength and much more ambition towards the projects that you put your heart into. So for me, when I was 13, I started Synergy, which was a non-government organization. I did that after I came back from the London Olympics. That was one time when I realized that I was doing so much on my own, and I just thought about what could be done if I had my friends and my family and everyone else involved in my work as well. So when Synergy began, it was a constant process of building a bridge between your academic achievements and building a bridge between what you learn in your classrooms and in the academia field and what you can actually connect it to the world outside and the practical approaches. So we worked on social welfare, on the environment, on education, on safety, on later on activism, and on bringing voice to those who don't have it right now and who don't have the resources. And I think that coming around to that, it was just the sheer ambition that I had, that I wanted to create an impact and I wanted to leave something behind. And that's the message that's driven me through and through.
So talking about Synergy, you started it when you were 13.
Yes.
So tell me about your support system. Where did all this come from? Who supported you? How did it all go about?
I think there's a lot of people who influenced my decisions and who helped me make the right decisions and put me on the right path. The core of them being my schools, the Millennium School in Dubai and the Universal American School. The teachers, the students, the faculty, they shared my dream and they supported it. My parents, who I'm a single child, so my parents have always been the backbone of all the work I've done, from taking me to conferences, from standing in the crowds and cheering, and everything that they've done. More than that, also my friends and the society I was in. I was fortunate to be raised in an environment where I was not limited. I was raised in an environment where resources were given in plenty, and I was allowed to flourish, and I think that helped me the most.
So that enabled you?
Yes.
So tell me, apart from this bit about everyone enabling your growth, tell me about the challenges. Were there any challenges, and how did you deal with them?
I think the number one challenge that I always face is the fear that you're not going to get through and the fear that you're not going to succeed. And that over time you adapt to, and you become used to taking that risk and saying that it's all or nothing. It's only two ways. One, it works, and one, it doesn't. But in the beginning, there's always that hesitation to put your foot forward and be the only one to stand up in the crowd and say, I'm going to do this. That on its own is a big fear that I faced. I think that in the beginning, it was always a difficulty trying to get the message across and trying to get people to connect, because sustainability and the field of connecting your academics to the outside world, that is something that's very relatively new. And we're actually moving into the world of ICT and to technologies where academics is becoming resourceful and something that's easy for everyone to access. So in the beginning, it was always the hesitation of other people understanding the message and trying to connect to it and understanding what they could do and how they could factor in as well. So that came over time. I overcame that with all the communication that I could do, social media, and building networks, both in person and online.
You were the youngest torchbearer from the UAE at the London Olympics in 2012. Yes. You were just 13 at that time, if I'm not wrong. Tell me, how did you cope with that? Taking all that in, all this recognition, all this success?
I think the excitement of being a part of something so phenomenal just subdued every feeling of hesitation I possibly could have had. I was one of the youngest torchbearers of the Olympics, and I was the youngest from the Middle East, from a group of 9 who had traveled. I was selected by Samsung to be a part of the Olympics. And that year, the tagline of the Olympics and for the torchbearers was "Your moment to shine." So I just owned in on the fact that this was my moment. This is what I meant to do. And I was so fortunate that at the end of the Olympic journey that everybody had, I was able to stand in front of the room of all the torchbearers from the Middle East and give the closing address and share the sentiment that we'd all just hit a milestone in our life that we would never, ever be able to forget.
You won the NRI of the Year award for excellence in academics. Yes. In the UAE. Tell me, what does the success mean to you?
This for me is not just another award, but it's a milestone, and it's a recognition that I have continued to push myself and others have continued to support my dream while combining theirs to mine. I think that this award is an amazing platform, not just for me, but for all Indians who live across the world, to pursue their ambitions, but never forget the fact that they are from such a wonderful country of diversity and of excellence. And I think that I would want to continue to encourage people to follow what they desire, no matter how hard the circumstances are. Because if you put your heart into it, and if you believe in yourself, and you have the dedication and the pride, and you never quit, you will be the winner. The one thing my parents have always told me is that the price of victory is really high, but so are the rewards. So balance out your options and decide what is best for you at the end of the day, and you will strive for it.
That's a great message, and you've truly stayed connected to your roots. Congratulations on winning this award.
Much.
And it was a pleasure talking to you.
You too.
Thank you so much. I'm now in conversation with the joint winner of the NRI of the Year Award for Academic Excellence in the Middle East, Abhinav Singla. Congratulations for winning the award.
Thank you so much.
So it's very rare to see someone so young being so passionate about environment. And you began your journey when you were just in grade 6. So tell me, how did it all start?
Well, initially it started off in school. It was just, to take part in the school activities and stuff. The big step came around grade 10, where I went to attend an event. And the event was a quite big one. It involved around 10,000 people. And when I went there, I realized that the event was just for publicity sakes. And, it was nothing to do with the environment. It was a cleanup, I guess, and then there was nothing to clean over there. It was just, posters, flyers all around, and people taking photos with them, and, it was a totally turn off. So when I went there, I started, asking people that, what is this about? And what if we want to do one on our own? What does it take, etc., etc. So a lot of people told me with different things. This takes this, this takes this, this takes this. But then when I came to grade 11, it was towards the end of grade 10. So it took me around like 3-4 months of thinking that if I want to do something like this on my own, which would actually help the environment instead of the publicity part, that would be really useful. And that was needed as well, according to me. So it started off around 6 months before the start date, where I started, gathering information regarding how to start a campaign and what are the resources I need, what are the people I need, how would it be planned and stuff. And slowly it came, and then it was the final day. The final day was a day of terror, I guess, because it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't sleep the entire night. And then the event had to be started at 7. So I had appointed leaders here and there. And then when I gave them calls at 7, I'm like, how many people turned up? How many people turned up? Okay, there were 2, 3, 4. I thought, okay, this is not going anywhere. But then suddenly, slowly, we, as it became 7:38, around 300, 400, 500, and then it gave me a big boost, and then we went on with it. We went 4 different places, 4 different events, and then it was a really good one. And then that gave the boost to start up this thing, and then we carried on doing all this for more of the year and more of the time. And then it went on 2nd edition, and there was a 3rd edition as well, and the people have been handling it now.
And now it's gained a lot of momentum, and now more and more people are participating, and you've passed the baton to other students who want to take this up. How did you ever envision that?
No, I never envisioned that. It was when it came to the 3rd time, then there were people from my school approaching me that we want to do this in your place. I was like, definitely, why not? It's a good thing. So, and then whatever guidance they need, whatever support they needed, I gave them from my side, and then they went on to do it, and it was successful as well. So now I envision it, we'll have 4th edition, 5th edition, and then probably take it to some other cities as well. So that's the plan now.
Abhinav, you won the NRI of the Year Award for Academic Excellence in the Middle East. Tell me, what does this mean to you?
A lot, truly. It came as a big surprise to me, firstly, and I never thought obviously when you start the campaign on the first day, you never thought you'll be going on to win some big awards like these. Basically, we do these things not for these awards, but when you get them, it just help you give a bit of more push towards doing motivation. So I think it serves as a big motivation. And once you get these type of things, I think you get more support from the others as well to do what you're doing. So I think it'll help me a lot.
Thank you so much, Abhinav. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Congratulations on winning the award.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, that brings the Times Now ICICI Bank NRI of the Year Awards 2017, powered by Global Indian International School, to a close. We'll see you next time.